Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and today I'm going to go over a whole bunch of power armor mods, because in a previous video I had someone ask me to explain what the heck it is that all these mods do that VendorBot Phoenix has for sale. So I'll go through his list of T60 power armor mods and we'll take a look and see what it is that they actually do. First up, we've got Blood Cleanser. It's a torso mod that decreases the chance of becoming addicted to chems. Though I do wonder if alcohol plays into this at all, or if it's just strictly like your buff out and psycho, that sort of thing. Overall, it's okay, I guess. I do believe there's better things out there. Next up, we've got Calibrated Shocks. It's a leg mod that adds 50 points to your max carry weight, meaning that if you put it on both legs, that's an extra 100 pounds of carry weight. Pretty nice, right? Everybody could use a little extra carry weight. Next up, we've got Core Assembly. It's a torso mod that increases AP regeneration. Now, I wish I could have found a little bit more in-depth statistics that explained how much it actually increases it. But there you have it. Let's go ahead and move on. Next, we've got Emergency Protocols. It's a torso mod that increases speed by 20% and reduces damage received by 50% when below 20% health. Awesome if you're below 20% health, completely worthless if you're over 20% health. Next up, we've got Explosive Vent. It's a leg mod that increases the damage radius for impact landing. Now, I would imagine that this would pair extremely well with a jetpack, as it's going to allow you to do impact landings far more often. Next up, we've got Hydraulic Bracers. It's an arm mod that increases unarmed damage. I mean, that's really nice because darn melee characters, they really need all the extra help they can get. I mean, bloodied and all that, they're just not dealing enough damage. Let's help them out a little. Next up, we've got Internal Database. It's a helmet mod that increases your intelligence by 2, but somehow lowers it when you're looking at this. Going, why does this even matter? Honestly, it increases my intelligence by 2. Why do I even care? Next up, we've got the fan favorite, the Jetpack. It's a torso mod that allows you to fly into the air at the cost of AP. So basically your AP bar becomes a fuel tank and science. And then you fly. Also science. It is a pretty fun mod though. Next up we've got Kinetic Dynamo. It's a torso mod where taking damage restores some AP. Which I guess is cool and whatnot. Unless you're not taking damage, then it's not really doing anything for you. It's a good thing you're probably going to be taking some damage from time to time. Next up, we've got Kinetic Servos. It's a leg mod that increases AP refresh speed while moving. Now, I feel like that should have been reworded. Because obviously if you're sprinting, you're technically moving, but you're not regenerating any AP. Now I'm getting a little nitpicky. Next up, we've got Medic Pump. It's a torso mod that auto-injects a Stimpak when your health drops below 50%, and you're too darn lazy to stab yourself with a Stimpak. It could be useful in certain situations, but obviously it's not going to be for everybody. Next up, it's a long list. We've got Optimized Bracers. It's an arm mod which reduces AP cost for power attacks. Yet again, helping out the melee characters because they desperately need our help. We're going to have to start like a donation pool for them. They need help. Next up, we've got Optimized Servos. It's a leg mod which reduces AP cost for sprinting. And honestly, when we get to the next mod on this list, I feel like this one and the next one could pair fairly well together. Because next up, we've got Overdrive Servos. It's a leg mod which increases sprint speed at an additional AP cost. So maybe if you had this one and the previous one, maybe you find some kind of happy middle ground between the two. Moving on. Next, we've got reactive plates. It's a torso mod where 50% of incoming melee damage is reflected back at the attacker, which is awesome, so long as it's melee that's hitting you. If you're not getting hit by a melee attack, it's kind of pointless. Next up, we've got Rusty Knuckles. It's an arm mod where unarmed attacks cause bleeding damage. Where, once more, we return to the realm of we really should be helping out the melee characters. I mean, we got people running around with guns and they could use the help. Next up, we've got Sensor Array. It's a helmet mod that increases your perception by 2, but still somehow lowers your intelligence when you look at it. I mean, what is the purpose here? Way better helmet mods. I just kind of ignore that for now. Next up, we've got the Stealth Boy mod. It's a torso mod which activates a stealth field when crouched. And I believe this works very similar to the legendary armor where you'll basically cloak when you're crouched, but if you move, it breaks. But honestly, I don't see power armor as a stealth type thing. It doesn't make any sense. So Targeting HUD, it's a helmet mod that highlights living targets. This seems way more useful than something that only buffs, say, your intelligence or perception. But there you have it. That one's actually kind of cool. Next up, we've got the Tesla Bracer. It's an arm mod where unarmed attacks inflict extra energy damage. And yeah, I mean, let's just throw a little bit more at the melee builds and stuff. They need it, right? Now we're going to go ahead and wrap this up with Tesla Coils. It's a torso mod where nearby enemies are damaged by radiant energy, or perhaps they're only damaged if they attack you with melee. It's hard to say. The internet seemed to be partially divided on this. Hopefully you found this list useful. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.